Well, kids, kiss grandma goodbye, hop in the car, we're heading to that ugly little place called Transylvania. No! Did you know that back in 2017, Tampon Tim was in favor of transing your children as young as 10 years old?
You gotta be kidding me.
You're trash!
Democrats, this is who you want as your VP?
You stupid fuck!
I'm Jazz Borganzo and this, I'm sorry, I apologize for absolutely nothing.
Taste the motherfucking rainbow!
You can eat this nut, can go fuck.
And it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good. Of course, this is the weekend edition. Normally I would do this on Saturday, but I had some errands. So, of course, it is Sunday, and I am here for you, as always. Tim Walz. 2 words that should send chills up your spine, especially if you're a conservative, if you are a Republican, if you're just an independent who has independent thought. This man should bother the out of you all. Because what we've seen over the last week since he was chosen, since he was picked by one Kamala Willie Brown, that this guy's not good. This guy is no good. This guy is just bad. Not bad as in, damn, he's bad, but as bad as in bad for you as a people. Beyond his, dodging the draft. Not dodging the draft, I'm sorry. Dodging deployment. Stolen valor. Allowing illegals to run amok. Allowing his state to burn to the ground during the lovely summer of love in 2020. But because he's in favor of transmentalism for your little kiddies. And it's just now. He was talking about this shit back in 2017. This comes out of Gateway Pundit. Watch, normal Tim Walz supports 10-year-olds getting trans mental care. If we suddenly learned that satanic pedophiles actually run the world, would it not explain everything? Yeah, it would. To be clear, that half-joking question not only refers to any particular individual, but to millions of adults who subscribe to a demonic ideology of tolerance that apparently leaves them feeling empowered and obsessed over children's sexuality, an obsession that most healthy adults will regard as weird. For instance, in a clip in 2017 town hall posted on X, Democratic Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, whom VP President and a 24 Democrat nominee Kamala Nepads chose as her running mate this past Tuesday, talked openly about 10-year-olds choosing whatever bathroom happened to align with their gender identity. In other words, Walz was thought about children's sexuality for at least the last 7 years. Quote, in many cases, there are children my age, a 4th grader, 10-year-old, who just want to go to the bathroom. And what their identity is, whether male or female, they just go to the bathroom and use it, Walz said at the end of the clip.
Charge, and I would ask all of us, and I try and do this for my own sanity, and I try and do it because I think it's the right thing to do, putting ourselves literally in the other people's shoes and wondering why they're doing what they're going to do. And when I think through this, when I say this as a teacher, there's about 150,000 of our children identified in our schools, in our public schools, trans students. And as a teacher, my number one responsibility in the classroom was the safety, security, and belongingness of every single child in that classroom.
No, your objective is to teach them reading, writing, arithmetic, not to basically give into or condone their mental processes, being that at 10 years old, you don't know shit from a hole in the ground, but yet I feel that I'm a trans. Great job, teacher Tim Walz. And those are the mentally ill seals clapping.
And I will not minimize people's concerns who are concerned that this is going to make an unsafe situation, whatever. I ask you that in many cases, these are children my son's age, a 4th grader, a 10-year-old, who just wants to go to the bathroom, and their identity is they are male or female, and they just go in that bathroom and use it.
Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Sometimes one forgets how long the identity nonsense has persisted. For this town hall preceded even Walz's governorship. The embattled Democrat, currently embroiled in a stolen valor controversy, won Minnesota's 18th gubernatorial election. Meanwhile, in the weeks since former President Donald Trump chose Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio as a running mate in 2024 election, Democrats have tried to paint Vance in particular and Trump's entire MAGA movement as a general weird. In fact, the entire establishment media seems to have received instructions to disseminate the new weird talking point around the same time. Gee, what a coincidence. Vance, of course, emerged from the humble origins, achieved spectacular success, served in the Marines, and married and had a family. Democrats call that weird, but yet have no problem with a guy like Buttigieg, running around with his partner. Interesting. Let's see. Talk about the children's sexuality, however, constitutes normal in a democratic world. Fact. But the depravity runs much deeper. In a recent interview with ex-owner Elon Musk, Canadian psychologist and prominent conservative intellectual Jordan Peterson described the entire phenomenon of gender-affirming care, i.e. child mutilation, and telling boys to use girls' bathrooms constitute gender-affirming care to leftists like Waltz, as worse in one respect than any historical atrocity he's ever studied. Wow. And that says a lot because he has studied a lot of them. Quote, at least the bloody Nazis knew it was wrong and tried to hide it, Peterson said near the beginning of a nearly 8-minute clip posted on X. I won't show the entire 8 minutes, but you get the gist.
This is the worst medical and psychological malpractice I've ever seen anywhere, including what I've done, what I've studied in reference to historical atrocities, eugenics, what do you call those, prefrontal lobotomy, even the sorts of things that were going on in Nazi Germany. At least the bloody Nazis knew it was wrong and tried to hide it.
Yes.
So, okay, so what's your, why are you engaged in this particular battle? I mean, you said you're going to move a couple of your company headquarters out of California because of the last legislative move that Gavin Newsom pulled with regards to the trans issue. So
yes, I mean, to be clear, there were many things leading up to that point.
Yes.
I was clear, like, look, it's not that it's the one straw; it's just the final straw.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a cumulative issue. Fair enough.
Now, I won't play the entire thing only because I did it in a prior video, pretty much Elon regarding his son, who decided to go the ways of the trans mental. And of course, Elon felt that he was lied to by the doctors in regards to his son's mental illness. Therein lies the true demonic element of gender-affirming care for children. In other words, when the Nazis committed atrocities, they concealed them. But when Watts and other woke leftists talk about the children's sexuality, they call themselves compassionate. After all, the town hall audience applauded when Waltz mentioned their safety, security, and belongingness to every single child, because it's always about the safety of the children, isn't it? Of course, everyone who is not a psychopath wants children to have safety, security, and sense of belonging. So the audience members did not applaud those platitudes, but in particular, they applaud themselves, and for no other reason than in sheer satisfaction of thinking themselves as more compassionate than others. Some might call that weird. The fact of the matter is that Tim Waltz is a danger. He's a danger to society, because this is a guy who's not wearing a mask. He's not behind a veil. He's not behind a cloak. He's not covered himself in any sort of thing whatsoever. It's right out there. He says it all. Yes, I want kids as young as 10 years old to get their breast tapered, to get hormones, and for Johnny to get his balls lopped off. That's basically what Tim Walz believes, and Kamala is all for it. And all these clapping seals that you saw in that little clip, and others who have gone to these, quote, rallies, because they're all organic rallies. Yes, based on some of the AI photos that I've seen over the last couple of days, yeah, not really. But Tim Walz is an ass clown. He's a joke. He's a buffoon. He's a moron. But he's a dangerous moron because you have idiots, clowns, who actually believe in shit like this. And this goes beyond, not beyond, but before Tim Walz. You had knuckleheads like Bruce Jenner, who is running around thinking that he's a dude. Fact of the matter is, no, he's a clown, a mentally ill one at that, and he works for Fox News, so go figure. But with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys know it's a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Peace.